and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
I want you to take a walk with me, and together let us examine some very important key words when referring to the prophecies of the end days and the reign of the Antichrist. So what exactly is this power that he will have according to the prophecy of Daniel? Not of his own, it says. And we're going to parallel that to Revelation chapter 18. The very scripture that says the whole world was deceived by sorcery in the end of the days during the reign of the Antichrist. I want you to remember that word sorceries, as we have been crying out, warning you for many years. But before that, I want us to talk about the word merchants, because it says that the merchants were the great men of the earth. And it's very clear that the word great doesn't mean they were honorable. It means they were the ones with power from the Antichrist. What does this mean? So let us bring it all together. The dragon, the beast in the last hour, will have power, but not of his own. And the merchants of the earth will be the way he implements the abomination.
Ja, så vi kan så også se, hvad for nogle kræfter der er bagved. Det er også det, jeg selv tror på. Og det er, der sker meget rundt omkring i verden. Og der er et andet eksempel her, for eksempel Bibler i Kina. Der findes mange versioner af Bibelen, og forskellige mennesker har jo deres favoritbibel. Altså jeg bruger King James Version, som jeg mener er Guds inspireret ord. Men en bibel er ikke bare en bibel. Prøv at se, hvad det gør i Kina.
Generally speaking, there are two very distinct churches in China. There's the grassroots movement of churches, usually called underground or house churches. Christians who attend these churches do so in secrecy, even changing location and being very careful about who they meet with. But there's also the state-sanctioned church, mostly represented through the China Christian Council and the Free Self-Patriotic Movement. You can guess which one of these the Chinese government is cool with you being a part of. China is okay with you being a Christian as long as it's on their terms. They don't mind if you have a Bible as long as it's their Bible. In 2019, the CCP announced that they were working on a new translation of the Bible, adapting it to be more in line with their beliefs and systems. They no longer want to simply repress religion, but transform it into a new version of Christianity. Let me give you an example of what I mean. In 2020, Chinese Catholics found a government-published textbook on professional ethics and law, quoting a known passage of the Bible, John 8:3-11. You've heard this story before, when Jesus stops the crowd from stoning the adulterous woman. Let's read their translation. The crowd wanted to stone the woman to death as per their law. But Jesus said, "Let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone." Hearing this, they slipped away one by one. Okay, so far, not so bad. But let's keep reading. When the crowd disappeared, Jesus stoned the sinner to death, saying, "I too am a sinner. But if the law could only be executed by men without blemish, the law would be dead." This is not just a bad translation. This is a complete rewrite. This new ending changes the entire story, so much so that the Jesus we know is no longer recognizable. So the point is, ask yourself, what would the church look like if the only Bible they had was one where Jesus stoned the adulterous woman instead of forgiving her? This is a danger facing the Chinese church. If they get the wrong Bible, and they get the wrong gospel, and they get the wrong Jesus. The Chinese Communist Party knows what they're doing. They know the power that religious texts have over people, the Bible most of all. They know that a church without a Bible is no church at all. And if you take away the church, you take away the strength of Christians, which then hinders the ability of Christians to multiply. If you go after the Bible, you go after the lifeblood of Christianity. We can give thanks for the freedom that many of us enjoy in our home countries. And even with all the challenges, most of us are not worried about losing access to our copies of the scriptures. And the Bible is so precious that it's worth doing everything we can to make sure it's accessible to everyone.
Ja, det er så vildt, men 1984, er det vi er i?
Ja. Disney har også lige købt en version af Bibelen.
Okay.
Det er gudskelov ikke King James.
Nej. Ja, men så var der jo også demonstrationer. Igen et eksempel på, hvordan vi bliver manipuleret. Jeg har jo selv arrangeret demonstrationer også. Dengang jeg vågnede op og fandt ud af, hvor vigtigt det var, så altså, jeg har aldrig stillet mig frem. Altså, jeg kan ikke lide at være på i virkeligheden. Det prøvede mig ikke om det. Men jeg havde bare sådan, okay, vi har en viden. Vi kunne ikke komme igennem med det til, med pressen. Så kunne vi i hvert fald være synlige i billedet, og der var jo også demonstrationer i København, Flemming Blikker og Men in Black. Og efter den første Men in Black demonstration, eller Men in Black demonstration, der lavede jeg faktisk også min egen demonstration. Der hed Man in Black i Odense. Det var mig og så en kammerat. Vi blev mødt af omkring 70 betjente plus det løse. Altså 5 salatfade og så videre. Min kammerat turde ikke holde en tale. Han bare blev så bange for den der magt, der var over for os. Så det var helt vanvittigt. Men præsten er jo heller ikke ærlig omkring demonstrationerne. Læg mærke til her fra Berlin, hvor de siger omkring, der var 500.000 mennesker. I danske medier siger de omkring 18.000, men prøv at lægge mærke til, at den er ikke særlig lang. Det er bare det indledningen. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. siger her.
Back at home in the United States, the newspapers are saying that I came here today to speak to about 5,000 Nazis.
Zu Hause in den Vereinigten Staaten behaupten die Zeitungen, ich wäre hierher gekommen, um mit 5.000 Nazis zu reden.
And tomorrow, they're going to report that yes, I was here and I spoke to maybe 3,000 to 5,000 Nazis.
Und morgen werden sie genau das berichten, dass ich zu etwa 83 bis 5.000 Nazis geredet haben werde.
But I look at this crowd and I see the opposite of Nazism.
Und wenn ich in die Mitte schaue, sehe ich das Gegenteil von Nazis.
I see people who love democracy.
Ich sehe Menschen, die Demokratie lieben.
People who want open government.
Menschen, die eine offene Regierung wollen.
People who want leaders that are not going to lie to them.
Menschen, die Anführer haben wollen, von denen sie nicht belogen werden.
People who are not leaders who will not make up arbitrary rules and regulations to orchestrate obedience of the population.
Wir wollen keine Anführer, die wahllos irgendwelche Regelungen erlassen, um unsere Demut, um unsere Unterwürfigkeit zu erwirken.
We want health officials who don't have financial.
Læg mærke til, hvad han sagde til start, det der med, at de nok beskriver, at han holdt tale for en 4-5.000 nazister. Det var så hjemme i USA, jeg ved ikke, hvad de skrev, det har jeg faktisk ikke efter, men jeg lægger mærke til, hvad de skrev på TV2 dengang, for dengang kiggede jeg på det sådan, hvad var det for noget? Jamen, både hippier og højre radikale, demonstranterne er gået på gaden, fordi de er utilfredse med de tyske coronarestriktioner, fortæller Dagbladet Informations Tysklands korrespondent til TV2. Nogle er også bange for, at det vil blive indført kryptovaluta, mens andre er bange for, at Bill Gates er ved at overtage verdensherredømmet, siger han. Egentlig havde de tyske myndigheder forbudt fredagens demonstration, inden indrigsministeren i delstaten Berlin, Andreas Geisel, forklarede, at han var bekymret for, at demonstranterne ville overtræde coronarestriktioner. Og så er det stort. Jeg vil næsten sige, at det var en samling af danske tosser, jeg støttede på. Wow, ikke? Manipulation, ja, det er manipulering af hjernen, ikke? Og programmering, og så er der også underbevidste budskaber. her er faktisk klip, der viser, hvordan det virker. Jeg synes, at det er lidt sjovt, men det er også tankevækkende, fordi selvom vi tror, vi ved sandheden, og ja, prøv lige at høre de her små indsæt. Det viser faktisk, hvordan det virker. Det er ret stærkt, synes jeg selv.
That song, We Are Family, for years I thought they were singing, Just Let Me Staple the Vicar. Right? Who's right and who's wrong here? Listen.
All the people around us they say, can they be that close? Just let me staple the vicar.
That's what they sing. Just let me staple the vicar. What's all that about?
Just let me staple the vicar.
We're giving love in a femidon.
We're giving love in a family
You know Duffy, the Welsh songstress. Last 3 years I thought that poor cow were begging me for birdseed. Mercy! I thought it was birdseed! I'm on karaoke giving it birdseed! Birdseed! Mercy! Drive by the Cars, beautiful song. They used this on Live Aid. Do you remember? They showed it over this harrowing footage of these starving Ethiopians. If you listen closely, they're actually singing about pork pie. Pork pie! Where'd you go? Nothing's wrong. I pledge money, me, pork pie. I pledge money. Apparently, according to Michael, your burgers are the best. You know they have bumpers doing steak Canadians and hot dogs. Speaking of hot dogs, I believe the hot dogs go on.
I believe that the hot dogs.
Rivalry here, Michael. Celine's peddling hot dogs. Got his patch. Meanwhile, Katie Lang's singing about arseholes. After you do, he'll never bone you. I swear to God, bone you. Bobby Gentry, Phil, listen.
After you do, he'll never bone you.
Phil, I've sang that at car, my mum, that.
Ja, man kan jo tro, at han så havde ændret på det. Bagefter gik ind og fandt faktisk selve klippene derinde, bare for at høre sangene, fordi det kan ikke være rigtigt, fordi jeg hørte det, han sagde. Jeg kunne ikke afhøre det. Og nogle gange kunne jeg ikke huske, at de så sang rigtigt, for nu hørte jeg det nye, han havde lige forlært mig. Men det er rigtigt. Der var ikke spil i det, han har ikke manipuleret ved noget ved lyden. For jeg var inde og tjekke, fordi sådan er jeg jo. Altså. Der er det, der hedder Lesser Magic. Og I så noget af det senere, hvor det andet er fra The Revelations of Jesus Christ Ministries. Det er noget, jeg følger en amerikaner, jeg synes er ret god. Jeg kan godt lide at se, hvad han laver. Og viser hele verden af en scene, og viser de der ritualer og symboler, de indgår i medierne. Og det er i alt. Altså det er virkelig i alt. Det er så vildt. Ja. Og man kan faktisk gå ind og analysere næsten alle film, så finder vi noget af det. Så tit, så inden begivenheder, der sker i den her verden, så arbejder mørk med at få det til at ske. Vi læser magic, de ritualer, kaldet i okkult kaldes det manifestation. Altså det er jo også noget, man arbejder med. Ja, og det virker altså også.
Is after the workings of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they should believe a lie, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
The first coronavirus vaccines were administered. The first person to get the biotech shot was 90-year-old Margaret Keenan in England. Margaret Keenan in England.
Margaret Keenan in England. Margaret Keenan in England.
Margaret was treated as somewhat of a hero and was sent off with applause from nurses as she left the hospital. No less heroic is the second person to get a COVID jab, an 81-year-old man named William Shakespeare. An 81-year-old man named William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare.
World is a stage.
Man named William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare.
The whole world is a stage.
Have to show their allegiance to the beast. The 666 symbolism. I want you to see this. Right in your face.
New Master 6, the soul of a sports car.
New Master 6, the soul of a sports car.
Possessed?
No. My fetus is.
The Evil season finale, Thursday on CBS.
All right, Donna, go ahead.
665.
665. Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna go 666.
665. Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna go 666.
Now, just because I'm his father, he'll get no special treatment. He calls me coach just like everyone else, which he'll be doing as our new starting quarterback.
Doing as our new starting quarterback.
What a rip!
You have to ask yourself the question many are afraid to ask. Why else would the dragon on the chessboard of deception. Promote 666 over and over and over again into the minds of the masses, using lesser magic and predictive programming through the magic wand of Hollywood. Why would he do it unless he was preparing to release the mark? Now I know there are some that are watching that are having a war within their own mind to accept the reality of what they are watching in real time. Do you understand what the probability is that all of this would just be a coincidence? That all of these movies, cartoons, and shows just so happen to subliminally have 666 over and over again. And I know there are so many that don't want to accept this reality that the whole world is a stage and that the dragon is operating on the chessboard of deception. And he has so many players, from kings, queens, presidents, and popes, all the way down to actors, and the list goes on. And I understand why some of you would resist this reality. The world is a stage. Because to accept this as a fact would literally shatter the bubble that you thought was life. The whole world is a stage. And then you would have no choice but to accept the reality that your favorite celebrities secretly take orders from the dragon on the chessboard of deception. The world is a stage. Is unraveling right before your very eyes, yet billions are blinded by the God of this world. The world is a stage. But the question is, do you have Christ in your life? Because without him, you're not gonna make it. The whole world is a stage. Because the things that are about to come upon this earth, most are not prepared to go through. The world is a stage. You realize that they're telling lies. Open up your eyes. The world is a stage. Will it take for me to get you to believe, or will you be deceived? The whole world is a stage.
Jeg skal også lige nævne, som biolog arbejder jeg faktisk også som, så jeg arbejder ikke som en vejledningssted som adfærdsbiolog, og arbejder egentlig også med, hvordan hjernen virker, så det er ikke tilfældigt, de her ting, det er der. Hvordan kan det egentlig lade sig gøre?